I got another new mug. What the heck is up, you guys? It's been a minute since I've been here, but welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, which you probably are because all of my many subscribers must have left in the time that I've been away. I am so happy you decided to join me today. Forgive me if I am a little rusty today. It has been a while since I've sat in front of the camera. So I've been thinking about all the content I've wanted to make while I've been out of town. But today, since I don't have any of that motivation in my body, I'm going to get the ball rolling with something that all beauty influencers do when they are completely and utterly unmotivated, and that is a get ready with me. Let's get started. So it's been a while. If you guys didn't know, I have been out of town on a contract, which is what actors do when they live in Canada and can't find steady work in their hometown. They fly to different parts of the country to do contract work, which means that I am usually out of town for maybe a couple months at a time, every now and then when I book a show. So yes, I do live on the West Coast. No, I do not do film and television. I am primarily a musical theater performer who works mostly on stage. All this to say that I have been on contract for the last couple of months, and even though I had these grand notions to film while I was away, maybe film a little bit in my dressing room, maybe film a tutorial on the makeup I was doing on contract, I didn't do any of that. Instead, I got very stressed out about the show I was in currently. I ended up just taking a hiatus for 2 months. So I'm deeply sorry about that, but I am now back in my own space, in my tiny apartment, with what appears to be a brand new setup. I should just start doing my makeup so that I have things to talk about while I'm doing my makeup, which is essentially the point of a get ready with me. Guys, it's been so long I don't remember how this works. Okay, I guess we should just get started. Grab your makeup, grab your tea. Let's paint our faces and pretend to talk to each other. I guess that's how it works. I've always never understood get ready with me's because they're always like, I want to do a chit chat get ready with me, which really just means I'm going to talk at you for 2 hours while you pretend to be in the room with me, even though you can't actually respond. So anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and prime my face. I've been back into the Urban Decay Quick Fix Prep and Priming Spray because it's very hydrating and feels very good on my skin. I was away in the prairies, which means it was very dry where I was. So I was constantly spraying myself down with this after I'd wash my face just to give my skin a reset button. And plus it smells like coconuts. And then I'm going to go in with my trusty Smashbox primer water and give that a little spray as well. Now that I'm back on the West Coast, I'm feeling the moisture and the hydration in the air, but it's going to take probably a couple weeks of calibration before my skin settles back down. When I travel to other parts of Canada, my skin always kind of upsets itself and needs a couple weeks to simmer down a bit. It is, as we all know, very sensitive. As a musical theater performer, what I do usually is I have to travel for work because the West Coast only has so much theater that you actually can't possibly make a living. Oh, I just started.
No, it's cool. I waited till you went back on something, and now I'm going away.
Okay, bye.
I'll go away. I support you in your pursuits.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you.
Can I clean the kitchen?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, I'll try not to be loud.
Okay, well I'm gonna put this part in so that people know that you're cleaning the kitchen.
Okay.
If there's any noise, they'll know what it was.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
I may come back to get pants later.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
I'm just going to throw on some Covergirl Vitalist Elixir foundation with my Furless It's Likely Makeup Pro F foundation brush, which is my absolute favorite way to apply foundation these days. So I'm essentially just going to squeeze a couple dollops onto the brush and dot it into my face. It's summer, so I don't even know if this is my shade at this point in time, but I don't care. I always think I know exactly how I'm gonna sound when I do these videos. Like, I think, oh yeah, I'm gonna say all these funny jokes and be very charismatic, and then I get in front of the camera and I just can't seem to put sentences together. Get ready with me type videos are very daunting to me. So if you follow me on social media, you might know what show I was doing, but if you don't know, it was Shrek the Musical, which, if you're not a theater person, sounds incredibly meme-tastic, but I assure you it's a great show. And I played the dragon, which was actually a bigger part than in the movie. She gets her own song, which is very funky, lots of belting, which is, if you don't know me, my MO. I'm just using the Colourpop No Filter Concealer on top of the Hourglass Vanish stick and going in with the same brush. And the role actually required some really fun and funky stage makeup, which was obviously fun for me. And I had all of these ideas to film a video while I was there in my dressing room showing you how I did the makeup and doing like a theater makeup tutorial for you guys. But the thing that sort of deterred me from doing my makeup the way I wanted to on this show was the fact that I was also playing a multitude of different roles, and a lot of them which involved very quick changes, including makeup changes. So at the top of the show, I actually played Shrek's mom, which would be green. So I would have to give myself an entire face of green foundation, go out there, sing about a minute worth of material, and then quick change into another character in 4 minutes and 20 seconds, which meant I had to remove green foundation and do a complete costume change in less than 5 minutes. Needless to say, my next character went on stage without foundation on, which meant that I actually, during the show, never had time to put on a proper full face of foundation and concealer. So in the show, I actually end up having to kind of get around that just by wearing just some like regular pressed powder and a little bit of bronzer, blush, and full glam smoky eyes, which was, yeah, it was interesting and essentially looked fine from far away, which is really all that matters, but up close didn't look so hot. And I always kind of went, what's the point in doing an entire tutorial where I show what I do? God, my under eyes look like butt. So essentially I would have to film a whole tutorial with a full face and then have to just take it all off to paint myself green at the end of the night. And for me at the time, that just sounded like far too much work. So I didn't do it. I'm very sorry that I actually didn't get around to doing it, because I think it would have been a really cool idea, you know, get ready with me in my dressing room, but it never happened. So today I'm just trying to essentially just like get over my stress about my channel and my anxiety and creating, you know, interesting and unique enough content by just getting in front of the camera and filming just some makeup that I really like to do right now. So I figured that'd be a great way to just sort of break the ice again. Also, I've switched around my setup. As you could probably tell, I am in a new part of my apartment. So let me know if you guys like this setup more or less than the last one. Let me know what I could do to improve it. I am working with just one light and, you know, some natural light. And, you know, we're working in a small space, but we have to make do with what we have. If I'm completely out of focus or out of frame, it is because I don't have a monitor. I've been blending my under eye for over an hour, it feels like. I'm gonna take my Pro 1F and some loose setting powder to bake with in my under eye. Cover everything up and even everything out. So it is my birthday coming up in a couple weeks. What I'm gonna get myself for my birthday this year is some new equipment so that I can actually start producing higher quality content. Plus, this contract, I got to put away a little bit of money, which means I actually have the funds now to invest in some stuff for this channel. Plus, I think my parents will help chip in as a birthday present instead of getting me anything else. We are also going to go away for a weekend, just the three of us. We're going to go to this oceanfront property on the island and just spend a weekend there. That is all I could really ask for the perfect birthday weekend. If you haven't guessed by now, I am not a huge party animal, so I like to keep it pretty quiet. My parents are actually like two cool people that I actually would love to spend time with since I've been away for a couple months and I haven't been able to see them. I'm sure by the end of the weekend we'll be all sick of each other, but honestly I love hanging out with my parents. I think they're super cool people. Mom and I love to cook together, so I think it'll just be like a weekend of cooking together and swimming and drinking. That sounds like the best vacation. We are powdered. I'm just gonna throw on some brows using my Benefit Precisely My Brow pencil in shade number 3. I would love to know how everyone's summer has been going so far. So for the rest of the summer, I'll just be doing my regular Joe job, which is selling hats as opposed to being a glamorous musical theater actor in the tropical paradise of Regina, which, if you didn't know, is the town that rhymes with fun. Got into the habit of doing the same makeup for weeks on end, which meant get pretty quick, but you also kind of get into a rut, and I was feeling very uninspired to create anything new or exciting, and feeling thoroughly unmotivated because by the time our 1 day a week off rolled around, I was so exhausted and usually a little hungover that I just didn't really feel like doing anything. But I definitely have some content in mind for the future, so hopefully this summer I can get back into the swing of things. I've picked up a few exciting items and products that I am dying to test out for you guys, especially playing around this summer with color. I'm so excited. I so badly wanted to do stuff for Pride last month. I thought it would have been really fun to play around with those colors because obviously it's every color of the rainbow. I mean, how could you not? It really does instill a lot of creativity in many artists on Instagram and YouTube, and I think that's just freaking awesome. Plus it you know, it helps with visibility and confidence, and I'm all about that as well. But there's also a question of whether or not, as a straight ally of the LGBTQ2 community, am I allowed to even wear the Pride colors. That is another thing that I was talking about during Pride in Regina with some of the cast members. A lot of the cast members are part of that community, and there were, you know, there wasn't a clear answer. A lot of people said absolutely, like, it's, you know, about supporting your community, and as an ally you are allowed to, you know, wear those colors to support the Pride movement. But I also know on the other side of things, a lot of people in the community who tell me that if you are not part of the community, that you shouldn't be appropriating those colors for yourself, especially in the month where, you know, for a lot of people it is the only time that Pride is, you know, or wearing the rainbow is considered cool or on trend. It's an interesting topic of discussion that I've had with lots of people of the community. There's no real answer as far as I've found yet. So comment down below whether or not you think allies of the queer community are allowed to wear the Pride colors. I want to know. I'm just gonna do this other eyebrow off camera. You don't need to see me do the second one, and I'll be right back. I'm just going to keep it light on the contouring today and just use a little bit of butter bronzer with my Pro 3F, which is just a nice fluffy brush. I honestly don't know how other YouTubers do it, but I find talking about something other than the makeup and doing your makeup is like one of the hardest things for me to do. Once I start talking about something, then I'm distracted and don't focus on what I'm doing on my face. And then when I actually focus on what I'm doing on my face, I forget that I'm not talking. It's been a while since I've done my makeup in front of a ring light as well, so I'm feeling a bit self-conscious of whether or not I am actually good at makeup. Do you see that? My under eye? Oof. It's just so gross. I don't know what happened today. I've really been trying to find the perfect combination of products to help with my skin, which has been an ongoing experiment. The Regina Sephora was pretty helpful the whole time I've been away. The staff was always super friendly. They basically knew me by name by the time I left because I was in there every other day picking up a refill of something, because I think I went through like 5 eyebrow pencils on that contract in like 3 weeks. So I was constantly over there. I felt a little bit bad. I was there for, you know, a purpose and not just getting to browse and hang out. So I was always a little bit like, yeah, I'm picking this up, in and out, in and out. And they never had the time to, like, you know, be like, how are you? What are you looking for today? I'd just be like, no, I know what I want, make a beeline for it, put on my blinders and just get out of there. They actually carried the half-size bottle of the face oil that I was on the hunt for I think a good year or so now. It was the Sunday Riley UFO oil, and the full-size bottle, which I think is 100 ml size, is $100. I was not ready to commit myself to that much product for that much money unless it worked. So I've been trying to find that half-size bottle for months and months and months. Like, Sephora Canada didn't carry it on their website, so I thought maybe you just couldn't get that size in Canada at all, and you could only get it in the United States, which was a little bit discouraging. But the Regina Sephora had my back. $50 was easier to swallow than $100, so I went, and while, you know, figured I'm making money right now and I have the money to pay for this, and I'm sure the 50 milliliters will actually go a long way if you're only using 1 or 2 drops every day. I did it, I bought it, and it was pretty much the answer to all of my prayers. And I hate to say that because it's so gosh dang expensive, but it really is. it's worth the money. I'm going to diligently use it every day, use up the entire bottle, and see what my skin looks like after the entire bottle is used up. But so far it is so nice. Smells a little crazy. I'm a little bit upset that it ended up being a really good product. And I can't tell if I'm putting on too much or too little because this lighting for some reason spooks me. I have actually no idea what I'm going to do with my face. I just figured I would start with my base and just sort of go from there. But I actually have no idea what I feel like doing. I've got so much new stuff to try that I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed. You know, when you have so many things to do, instead of going through your list one by one and sort of knocking things off slowly like you should be doing, instead you just sort of shut down and don't do anything. It's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of blush with my Pro 6F. These brushes are some of the best brushes I've ever used. I still stand by that. My review, which actually got some like pretty good attention. It was like super fun to see that happen. Just in case you were wondering, yes, that's still how I feel about these brushes. They are the softest, the most luxurious, nicest brushes I've ever tried. So if you're still on the hunt for some, I believe they're still on sale on their website. So I would snatch them up. Jordy was such a sweetheart. She actually watched my video and said some amazing, lovely things about it. And I was just so thankful for her kind words, and we actually got to chat for like 5 minutes, you know, and I look up to her so much, so I just thought that was really special. So I'm so glad I actually supported her and got to review them thoroughly and properly. What are y'all's plans for the summer? Like, what do you have planned that you really fully intend on doing? Like, not just like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to the beach every day, we're gonna go on all these trips, we're gonna like plan all these road trips and then like not do any of it. Like, what are your actual plans? Is anyone going away? Does anyone hate the summer? Because there are those people out there. I guess like it's hard for me to hate the summer since I was born in the summer, so I feel like that would just be like a little sacrilegious. Someone's just deciding that now is the time to mow their lawn, which is great for me. At this point, I'm just putting on more blush to avoid actually figuring out and deciding what to do with the rest of my face. Leave it to me to avoid my problems. I'm gonna take my Pro 2F and just dab some of this blush onto the bridge of my nose. You know, because everyone wants to look sunburnt. That's my glam. So I think I want to do just like a matte eye, nothing too fancy. I am, however, going to dip into something that I'm going to hopefully be sharing a lot with you this summer, and that is my brand new Sugarpill Pro Palette. Wow! Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. So I bought it originally to use during the show because, well, these are some of the most vibrant true to color shadows you can buy on the market right now, and I needed a purple, like a purple. So I bought it essentially to use Poison Plum, but I tried to get as many shades as I could that were available on the website so I could really start playing with color, and you can kind of tell from the palette which one's being used. So just ignore this. Let's just focus on that. Look how pretty, ooh, brand new, shiny, never been touched. Just let's not look at this right now. It was definitely well used, let's just say that. And the fact that I hit pan in 3 weeks tells you something. So I'm going to take this peachy shade, which I forget the name of at this moment in time. I'll probably throw it up on the screen right now. And I'm going to see, I was going to use my favorite eyeshadow brush, but seeing as it's been thoroughly used and not washed yet, it is the Pro 70, by the way. This is the best eyeshadow blending brush of all time, although maybe I can just like wipe off the excess and just, you know, that's pretty gross. First, I'm actually going to prime my eyes with the Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Eden, which has become my go-to primer for eyeshadow now. It is yellow in tone, which helps cancel out the blueness of my eyelids, which, as you can see, are very blue and veiny. So it just helps with that. Plus this one dries down a little more tacky than the classic primer potion, which I was also testing out while I was away. Now I'm gonna take my Pro 7E and just lightly dust this into my crease. I didn't think I was gonna end up doing a pink eye today, seeing as all I've been doing while I've been away is nothing but pink. I am especially excited for Butter Cupcake, which is the perfect yellow, and I definitely want to do a blue look with all the different shades of blue I have here. It's just like, it's like when you were in elementary school and you got a fresh set of watercolors, you know, those like really crappy dollar store ones, but they still had so much potential of creativity in them. When you open them up, you just like see all the artwork you're going to create with it. That was me anyway. Now I'm going to take my Pro 8E which is still slightly stained from pink and purple eyeshadow, even though I promise you I've cleaned it. I'm going to just dip into Spark and deepen up the crease just a hair. You know whose chit chat skills I envy is Raw Beauty Christie. I think actually what she excels at is just being able to sit down and talk to her audience without even sort of second guessing what's coming out of her mouth. She is so good at just being so real and, well, raw, that she can just sit down and be like, look, let's just talk about what's on my mind right now. For an introvert like myself, I have a really, really hard time doing that. Also, like, it not being related to whatever the heck is going on my face, you know? I think I'm just gonna dip into this lighter shade here quickly to diffuse out the edges a little bit. All right, now I'm gonna do the thing I hate the most on camera, and that's cut the crease. I'm gonna take my Colourpop No Filter Concealer. I'm gonna take my Pro 4M and give myself a nice big old round crease. Let's do the other eye and we will be right back. That is about as even as we're going to get. I emphasize the crease with a little bit of Love Letter from Modern Run. This more burgundy shade here. It's actually more of like a maroon shade with the Pro 6M, which is that tiny pencil brush. It is perfect for cleaning up your edges, just to define that crease a little bit more. Now, I was gonna do an all matte eye, but I am currently in the possession of a new highlight kit, which I am kind of dying to try out. So I think I'm just going to go all over the lid with the peach shade from the Lime Crime Opals highlight kit, which is this non-marred one here. I honestly don't know if they know what fragile means when you put a fragile tag on your baggage. I think I'm going to just pack this all over the lid here. I'm going to use my Pro 4E. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's really pretty. I saw Jordy, It's Likely Makeup here on YouTube, do this matte cut crease with a very sort of half moon shape, and I loved how it sort of made her look like a cartoon character like Jessica Rabbit. So I wanted to see if I could do it, and it looks like I did it okay. I'm going to take the same peach highlighter from the Lime Crime Opals palette and take my Pro 3M and put that in the inner corner. I want to know what you guys' favorite seasons are. I think mine have to be summer and fall. Summer only because, well, swimming, because that's the best thing ever, and 2, birthday. And fall because, well, crunchy leaves, pumpkin everything, the color orange in general, scarves. Can't really go wrong. I think all I'm gonna do is just tightline a tiny bit using my Smashbox Always On liquid liner. I've been looking for a new favorite liquid liner, and this seems to be doing the trick. I think just for lashes, I'm going to throw on my Arimika Lashes, which have no style number or name, but they are really fluffy, really dome shaped. I think they're gonna be perfect for this look, so I'm gonna throw those on. And we will be back to finish the face. I'm back with lashes and a wardrobe change because I felt like this shirt suited this look a little better. It's definitely very sassy, very girly, and I just wanted to change out of that grubby t-shirt. I always forget how crazy these lashes are, but I think they're perfect for this more rounded eye shape look because they don't wing out on the sides. I think I'm just gonna pick up some of that Sugarpill shadow again and just sort of really emphasize the peachiness of this look, just to marry the cheeks and the eyes together. This is a great blush shade as well as an eyeshadow shade. I've been seeing a lot of blush heavy looks lately, which I, again, am really here for. Glad everyone's getting on board with that trend. If you have been here for a while, you'll know that is pretty much my MO for any look. I want to throw in a little bit of mascara to marry the lashes with my real ones. Although I usually do this step first, I kind of just felt like not fighting with my real lashes all curled up and stiff for these falsies. I'm lucky because my lashes are very curly naturally, so I never have to curl them. However, that does mean that once I put mascara on them, they get in the way of, well, everything. I'm just going in with my Too Faced Peachy Mattes palette and dotting the usual freckles. Does anyone want me to try and get my hands on the Frecked product, the new freckle product that is sweeping the beauty nation as we speak? It looks really good. If you want a review, let me know. I'm also getting a couple new tattoos this summer for my birthday. So excited. One of them is just like a smaller tattoo by a girl in the city who does like a lot of anime, a lot of video game related tattoos, a lot of stuff that's like right up my alley. Well, she's actually having special in the month of August, doing $140 flat rate palm-sized Pokemon tattoos of Pokemon that she hasn't done yet. So I asked if she had done a Meloetta yet, and she said no, but I'd love to. So she said she could fit me in July even, and I could still take advantage of the sale. I'm so excited to go get it done. I'll definitely show you guys once it's done. But if you had to get a Pokemon tattoo, what would you get? Which Pokemon best represents you and who you are as a person? For me, Meloetta makes so much sense because it is a singing Pokemon. It's psychic type. There are actually two forms of Meloetta. There's Aria and Pirouette. Aria being the singing type and Pirouette being the dancing type. I figured if I'm gonna get any Pokemon tattooed on me, it's going to be Meloetta. Do you guys have tattoos? I'm sure you do. I feel like 90% of the population these days is covered in ink just because it's not as taboo as it once was, which I think is amazing. I think it's amazing that people can cover themselves in body art and still, you know, be respected in their field of work, whether or not they're like in an office job or if they're, you know, out doing a trade. I think it's cool that there's less stigma around people with tattoos. Life is too short. I'm going to die someday, and I don't want to, you know, die with regret. And I would have regretted it if I didn't, you know, go out there and find all the amazing artists in the world and get their art all over my body. That's just always been a dream of mine. So I'm doing that now. I'm going to dip back into that highlighter and give that a whirl on the face. That is so pretty. I'm going to pop in a little bit of nude liner in the waterline, and then I'll pop a tiny bit of white in the center. I have no idea how long this is going to be, but I'll keep the chatty bits in as much as I can without cringing at myself too much. I wanted to show you my favorite lip combo right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the Fenty Stunna lip paint. I'm just going to do this and then blend it out with my finger. And then I'm going to top it off with the Lime Crime Wet Cherry Gloss in Maraschino Cherry. It's just like super comfortable and really easy to wear, and you can wear it on its own too. I think we're just about done. We just got to do a little bit of a spray, some bottom lashes, and then we're good to go. And this is it. This is the face. This is the completed look for the day, you guys. I was not expecting this Get Ready With Me to turn more into just a creative try-on full face tutorial, but I'm not mad because I feel like a freshly picked, juicy strawberry just ready for summer. Anyway, now that I've broken the ice, I feel a lot more confident with the rest of the summer and how this channel is going to go. I'm really excited for the future of it, and I am looking forward to creating more awesome content for you guys to enjoy. So if you've made it this far and you've made it to the end, thank you so much for bearing with me through this training wheels process. I promise I will be back in full form by the next video, which I cannot wait to make for you, and I cannot wait for you to see. Please hit that like button. It helps me out a great deal. And if you want to see more of this mug in the future, just hit the subscribe button, wouldn't you? We have a very small community here in YouTube land, but we are mighty and we enjoy makeup and also being awkward and also some nerdy things. So just come and join us. It'll be a hoot, I promise. I don't have an uploading schedule. I never have, and I don't know if I ever will at this point in time because my other jobs do take precedence over this one. But if you want to be notified every time I upload so you don't miss a video, just hit that bell icon down below and you will be notified every time I upload a new video, which hopefully will be a little bit more frequent now that I am back in the city and feeling much more motivated to create some looks for you. Alright, that is about it. I am going to go make some dinner with my boyfriend and enjoy the rest of my evening, and I hope you do as well wherever you are in this world. Please let me remember how I used to sign off. Please. be kind and be generous to everyone you meet out in the world today, and hopefully I will see you on the next one, which will not be 2 months from now. Bye!